Hello y'all, TubeDI.com here, and I'm taking a break from the normal weekly routine to do a little video here. Actually, this is going to be a coffee intervention for my friend OhCurt. And what's concerning me is something that I've seen in a number of his videos, and in particular a video I saw very recently. And right now we're going to roll just a little tiny bit of that clip, and maybe you'll get an idea from seeing it to see what we're talking about. Okay, here we have Curt is getting out this cup with what appears to be some sort of white stuff, which he says is creamer, on top of what he says is cold coffee. And now he's putting it back into the microwave again because he forgot to warm it up. Okay, so now he's waiting for the time, the 30 seconds or whatever. Wait a minute, he's setting it. Okay, so now he's waiting on it to cook, and he's explaining to us that he forgot to set it before, and it was still cold when he opened the door. So he's going through the whole routine again, and now he's about ready to discover that the coffee is in fact ready. Now, my experience with coffee, once it's been made and then allowed to sit in a pot for a period of time and then allowed to get cold, is that when you try to rewarm it in any way, it tastes like coffee that has been spilt on a table in a greasy spoon truck stop. And then someone's come along with the community dish rag, mopped it up off of the table, squeezed it out of the cup, and served it to you. I'm concerned that if Curt continues to drink coffee in this fashion, that he will simply unravel over time. Well, Curt, first of all, we want to start off with a quality stoneware mug. Now, you can drink coffee from styrofoam. I mean, if you're in a pinch, or one of those half styrofoam, half paper cups offered by such establishments as McDonald's. But you should never, ever drink coffee from a plastic container. In fact, I don't recommend drinking anything from a plastic container. So we want to start with a good stone mug. This one here happens to be one that I picked up on a trip to Georgia from Stone Mountain, and it has a nice raised graphic here of the monument there at Stone Mountain, and it's an extra large mug. This is for the serious coffee drinker, not for these little dabblers, you know, who like to drink from these Dimitas sized cups. Secondly, it is very important that the cup you use should be treated with special care. If you are a coffee drinker who prefers sugar in your coffee, I would recommend that you neglect washing your cup, except, every 6 months or so. What this will allow is for the sugar to build up, much like one primes a smoking pipe. You want to build up a sugar residue on the inside of the cup. Now, if you don't use sugar, and especially if you use a dairy creamer, you want to make sure that that cup is washed thoroughly in very hot water each and every time before you have a cup of coffee. Now let us take a look at the actual coffee product. I recommend a good, strong, robust coffee. And it would be nice, if you're drinking it Southern style, to get something that has a bit of chicory in it, something that really has a real bang to it. And the thing to do is to make sure that when you buy a quality coffee and you have your quality mug, to also have a quality coffee maker. Now, some people complain about the price of quality coffee makers. In fact, it's well worth the money. You ever notice that when you buy one of those new coffee makers that cost about $10 from, say, someplace like Walmart, that for the first 25 to 30 cups you have a disgusting plastic taste in there? Well, the plastic taste never really goes away. You just get used to it. Now, if you have a quality coffee maker like I do, which is a Bunn, B-U-N-N coffee maker, it has a stainless steel cylinder tank, which means, of course, you don't get any disgusting plastic flavor. It also uses a patented spray array that sprays the water all over the coffee. And while we're talking about water, you want to make sure that you have yourself a quality spring water. I like to have mine brought down especially from the mountains of West Virginia. Using common tap water to make coffee produces a coffee as different as screw top wine is from Dom Perignon. All right, now the next thing that we need to consider is the cream. I noticed that you put that powdered stuff on your coffee. Sometime for an experiment, you might like to take a little bit of that cream and put it on a plate and stick a match or a lighter to it. Actually, a lighter works better. The stuff will actually ignite. Now, I don't know about you, but the idea of putting something into my innards that ignites doesn't seem right to me. What do I use? Well, I'm drinking a robust coffee. It's very strong. Weak, watered down milk just doesn't do the trick. That's why I like a good quality half and half. And if you're going to get half and half, I would suggest that you get the ultra pasteurized simply because it tends to last longer. Also, coffee that is more than 15, 20 minutes old, it starts to deteriorate really bad after about 20 minutes. I try to get an entire pot consumed within 30 minutes, and I'm talking about a full-size pot. For the sake of your palate, please consider improving your coffee drinking habits. Oh boy, that's some good stuff.